Welcome back to the channel, everyone. As you can see, I'm here back in Vermont, and I'm actually back for the rest of the summer because my college semester ended. So back in Vermont, and we got a lot of stuff we got to get done. First of which is Big Green here is not running. I don't know why, but I just couldn't get it started. And I need this for all sorts of stuff in the summer, especially that dump bed. I need it. So that's the first thing on the table, but trust me, I got a lot of content lined up for the next coming weeks and hopefully months. All right, first things first, we're just gonna throw a battery in it, see what it does, because right now the battery's totally dead. Yeah, I have no idea what's wrong with this thing. I'm assuming it's not getting fuel somehow. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what it does. So I'm letting the glow plugs go. I opened this and we had fuel coming out with the lift pump on. So I'll try it. So I don't know if you heard that, but it kind of kicked, which it wasn't doing last time. Let's try to give it a little bit more fuel. I mean, the fuel filter looks pretty damn good, and it's got gas in there. And if you see this here, this is a little bleeder and it gets water out of the gas. So I'm gonna open this and we're gonna run the lift pump for a minute. Yeah, so there's gas coming out of the lift pump. Shut that back up. Try to prime the system and then we'll try again. So we're gonna try again. So that is the first start of this thing in like a year. Let's see how stuck in the ground it is. Yeah, so the brakes were froze up on it. She's missing pretty bad. Let me get this to a spot where I can break down at. All right, I'm gonna interrupt this program for a brief intermission. I just wanted to give a very quick health update. So if you guys remember, I went to Myrtle Beach for spring break and I took a road trip down there in early March or mid-March. And down on that trip, I had a lot of back pain, like serious sciatica down my leg. I couldn't feel my leg. Leg got numb, which was the result of an injury. Made it back home, serious pain. Doctor prescribed me steroids and some painkillers and some muscle relaxants, but after like a month I was still numb, still in pain, still could barely walk. So I got an MRI scan and I herniated a disc in my back pretty badly. Unfortunately, it's going to take about half a year for me to fully recover. So it's been 2 months now and my foot is still numb. I still can't use a lot of my calf muscle and it's hard for me to sit for a long period of time. So that's the update. Is I have a herniated disc in my back and I no longer can really do the crazy physical labor stuff that I used to be able to do. Going forward over this summer, likely any heavy lifting will be delegated to somebody else, not me. And another big thing is I can no longer do the long road trips that I used to be able to do because that's really bad for my back. So yeah, we're just gonna be taking it easy this summer. Anyway, now back to the video because we got to get towed running. All right, so something's wrong with this thing. It is missing. You hear that miss? And it's smoking. It's missing and smoking. Pretty badly. Look at the smoke. Doesn't sound like a rod knock, and the blow-by's not terrible. So I'm not exactly sure what it is. It could be, I'm afraid that it's the injector pump that's finally gone. I gotta check some vitals before we keep going, because I can't tell whether that's a rod knock or an injector knock. All right, so the oil level is good. I'm hoping that that noise we're hearing is a fuel knock. Of course, if it's injector pump, that's really expensive also, which would suck. Let me troubleshoot a little bit. Look at this. Yeah, she's not getting enough fuel, and what diesels do is if the ignition happens before the fuel gets there, it knocks like that, and it'll miss like that. So I don't know where that's coming from. We're gonna put it up on ramps and see what that leak is from. But yeah, that's why it didn't start last time, because last time it was cold, so it's harder for this to start in the cold, and it wasn't getting enough fuel, so it's even harder that way. And that's why now it's running bad and sounds like it has a rod knock. I hope. Let's get this thing on some ramps. First of all, look at how clean this thing is for a 95 with 350,000 on it. 350,000 miles, yeah. Obviously the rockers are gone, but like, this thing has no right to be this clean. All right, so I've been looking and I haven't a clue where the leak is coming from. It's coming from everywhere down here. We got it off the exhaust, off the transmission, off the oil pan, off the starter. It's even coming off the front diff. Like, what the? We're gonna have to go up top because it's definitely not from down here. Still looking for it. What I did was I turned the lift pump on. You can see a steady stream just boop, 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 pours on out. Let's see if we can find where that's coming from. So it's definitely coming from some part of the fuel filter assembly. All right, well, this is gonna be an unbelievably easy fix, I think. This gasket has cracks in it and it's old. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna replace that and let's see how it goes. All right, I got the new gasket here. We'll put it on and we're gonna tighten this guy real good. Just gonna leave the bleeder open a tiny bit. Let's hit the lift pump. Let's listen to it, see if it's priming. Sounds like it's priming, doesn't sound like it's leaking. Cycle the plugs, boopity boopity. Oh, that sounds better, doesn't it? There she goes. Hold up. So I'm not sure if the bleeder on the fuel filter is broken, but we seem to be getting good fuel. Actually, I'm gonna close this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now she's bled. There we go. Let's close that. Definitely bled. See how it starts. Beautiful. That's a fixed truck right there. Unlike a dream, this thing is going to be very helpful to me over the summer. I'm glad it's back. So I believe it's been over a year since I did an oil change on this, so I thought might as well do one. Got it up on the ramps. We'll crank one out. All right, so like a lot of GM trucks, it's a 15. Let's get ready to get splashed. Oh, what a shot. I'm a professional. Yeah, so that oil is quite black. Like all diesels, they are, but this is very black. It's time for a change. My oil filter wrench was too small to fit on this, so I grabbed the belt and you just pull it like this. Because there you go, see that? And then you can ratchet it like that. Anyway, now it's loose enough anyway, so I can just take it off. All right, I got the new one that I'm gonna go put back in. And 7 quarts of 1540. My one-handed pouring skills. Ready for it? Ooh, look at that. All right, oil change is all done. Anyway, let's put wind in the tires in this truck and fill up the coolant, and then make sure she still drives okay. front tire. Oh, you missed it. Okay, brief test spin to make sure everything's working, and then we'll call it a day on this video. All right, so as I'm driving it, the brakes have also freed themselves up. It's feeling great. I got good oil pressure. Gas gauge is coming around again. Kind of can see actually how much gas I have in this thing. Brakes feel good, they're working. Suspension's tight and everything. No complaints. All right, so the brakes stopped sticking. It drove great. No overheating problems. As far as I'm concerned, this thing is fully ready for summer. So that's the end of this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Here's a $6,000 tractor used with a 3-point hitch. Look at that. $6,000. Call me happy.